Okay, so we're going to do a mock test with George. Okay, this is George's first mock test. And you've done how many hours now in total?
34, 35. If you count the hour we just did, 35.
Yeah, about 35 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's done about 35 hours now, and we're going to see how he does in this first mock test. We've covered everything, done all the show me, tell me, all the emergency stop, and yeah, let's see what we need work on, if we need any work on anything. Ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to explain how the test works once more, just before we start. So it's going to last for 40 minutes. During those 40 minutes, keep from the road ahead unless I ask you to turn left or right. There'll be 20 minutes of independent driving, 1 minute and possibly the emergency stop. Okay. There'll be one tell me question and one show me question while we're driving as well. Okay. Now, for you guys, if you make any mistakes, any serious or dangerous mistakes will be up in red at the top there. Any minor mistakes will be in amber, and any good points, anything that he does well, will be in green. Ready to start? Alright, good. So during this particular mock test, in your real test there'll be 20 minutes of independent driving, but we're going to do the whole 40 minutes following the sat-nav. This is an actual test route. Okay? So, we're going to follow this. And that's all started. Okay? And I'm going to give you first direction. We're going to go down to the end of this road and we're going to turn left and then follow the sat-nav after that.
Cool.
Start. Actually, before we start again, I always forget this. Tell me how you'd check to see if there was a fault with your ABS.
So when you turn on the ignition, the ABS usually comes on the dashboard and it should go away, and if it doesn't come off, then there's a problem with your ABS.
Thank you. And like I said, we're going to go down to the end of this road and we're going to turn left and follow the sat-nav afterwards.
Okay.
Start whenever you're ready.
At the end of the road, turn left, then cross the roundabout. Turn left, then cross the roundabout. Cross the roundabout, first exit. After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit.
pull over and park in a safe place. Thank you, and drive on again for me, please.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit.
Us to pull over and park on a safe place again, and on this occasion don't worry about the single yellow line. Like us to pull over and park in a safe place.
Okay, still on.
Okay, yep, thank you, and drive on again for me, please.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, fourth exit. Go right on the roundabout, fourth exit. After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Cross the roundabout, second exit. After 400 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit. After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, second exit. Go right on the roundabout, second exit. After 80 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Cross the roundabout, second exit.
George, when it's safe to do so, I'd like you to turn on the front demister for me, please.
After 200 yards, turn left.
Thank you.
Turn left. After 100 yards, turn left, then take the third right. Turn left, then take the third right. After 200 yards, turn right, then turn left. Turn right, then turn left.
Us to pull over and park in a safe place for me, please. please. Continue to follow the center.
After 80 yards, turn left. Turn left. At the end of the road, turn right. Turn right. After 200 yards, turn left, then take the second right. Turn left, then take the second right. Turn right. After 200 yards, turn left, then cross the roundabout. cross the roundabout. After 100 yards, cross the roundabout, first exit. Cross the roundabout, first exit.
Now we're going to ignore the sat nav and you're going to follow my directions.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, first exit.
We are going to go straight ahead. Yes, we're going to go straight ahead, second exit. Oh no, sorry, can I get you to turn left there? We're just going to keep following the road ahead. We're going to turn right. Well, sorry, just follow the road. And turn right at the end of the road. Us to pull over and park just before that dark grey car on the left, the blue car on the left, just this van. Okay, yeah. That's it.
Just before that blue car.
This one here, yeah. Just anywhere here will do. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And now I'd like you to use this car in front of you to reverse parallel park. Okay, start whenever you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And drive on again for me, please.
Turn left. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Then turn right. Cross the roundabout, second exit. Then turn right. Turn right. Then you have reached your destination.
Stay right there. Okay, I'm going to do what we did earlier. We're just going to go down
You
to the
have
end.
reached your destination.
Right, actually, there's some parking space on the left. Just behind that van on the left, I'd like us to pull over and park. Great, I'd like you to turn off the engine for me, please. And then just give me a moment. I'll just quickly just...
Is it done?
Yep,
This is done?
yeah,
Okay.
that's finished. That
Is
brings
that
us-
40 minutes?
Yes, that's more or less 40 minutes,
Oh.
yes. So it can be a little bit early, it can be a little bit over sometimes. But just give me one moment. So how do you think you're done? Pass or fail?
I think I failed.
Okay, tell me why you think you failed. What do you
Just-
reckon you
there
made?
was probably some serious mistakes there somewhere.
Can you recall any serious mistakes that you made?
I kept stalling, but I don't on the hill.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's a serious mistake.
Well, we didn't affect anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we managed to eventually get the car back on, so I gave that as a minor. Had we been in the middle of the road at a junction, stalling that many times could be probably a serious mistake. So it's borderline serious, but I'll mark it down as a minor on that occasion.
Was that speeding or
I wouldn't say you were speeding, but
going too slow?
How was your braking in this test? How was your braking? Did you?
Not good. Not,
Do you not? Did you not? Do you
Out of control.
remember any sharp braking?
Oh, when I got confused at the traffic lights.
Yeah. Okay. And now you
the
brake
roundabout.
really suddenly there
Yeah.
without knowing what's happening behind us. So
Didn't check the
unfortunately,
nose.
let's go back. So you would have failed this test. You had
Mhm.
3 serious mistakes and 13 minors. Okay. So don't worry about the minors so much. We'll talk about them later. But let's talk about your serious mistakes. Okay. So yes, I've given you a serious mistake for use of mirrors before change of speed. Mainly because you're braking so hard, and like you said, you got a little bit confused with the traffic lights, and then you started hitting your brakes really sharp there. Now any cars behind you won't be expecting you to stop like this or slow down. Luckily there was no one behind and we didn't affect anyone.
Mhm.
But unfortunately we cannot be braking that hard without checking your mirrors usually. Yeah, okay. And sometimes if you've seen traffic lights suddenly change or something like that, it might even be safer for you to continue rather than braking that hard. Okay, because you have to think about the knock-on effect behind us. Okay, so that was a serious mistake there. At one point I got you to pull over and park. I said pull over and park in a safe place, and I said don't worry about the single yellow lines on this occasion. And then I think you went, huh? Remember? Okay, and then you just pulled over and parked without doing your signal.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's cars behind us.
I thought you said don't worry about the signal.
Why would I?
I don't know why. That's why I went, huh? I was like, what?
Don't worry about the single yellow line, that's what I said.
Single yellow, I thought I had to...
Signal, okay.
I had signal. I don't know why you'd say it. That's why I was so confused.
Okay, so... No, we definitely need a signal. Yeah, even if the examiner says don't worry about your signal, I'd be like, no, I need a signal here. I'm telling the traffic behind me what I'm doing. Okay, so yes, got a little bit confused there, but also I feel like sometimes you don't let me finish what I'm saying, and then you just go and do it suddenly, like the pulling over and parking. Take your time. You had so much space there to park. We don't need to rush into it. And then once we did park, I feel like we weren't fully parked. There was too big of a gap, so I gave you another minor for normal stops, your positioning for normal stops. It was just a bit too far out, you're obstructing the road a little, but again, not enough to block the road, but it was just a minor there. But your serious mistake was for not using a signal to tell traffic that you're parking, okay? Because if they start seeing you slow down, motorbikes, cyclists are going to try going around you on the left, and any cars will try to overtake you on the right, but you need to tell all the traffic behind that you're about to park. So you definitely need a signal, okay? And then finally, your parallel park, how was that?
Was alright.
Okay, we were more or less parked, but there was a few things. First of all, we got too close to those parked cars on the right side of the road. Yeah. Okay. Now, have you been in this situation before where the car swings over towards those cars? I'm sure we have done this before, but I'll explain it now. So what you should have done there was, if your car's swinging over, undo those turns, which stops the car from swinging over even more. Yeah. So you should have done. You do the one turn to your left to make the car come in, and now the car's coming in. Undo the turns where your car's just going in a straight line away from those cars towards the curb, and then turn again if necessary. If not, do your 2 turns to your right or an extra turn to your right. But yeah, we didn't adjust that. You could see you saw yourself getting really close, so given that as a serious mistake, and then you would have got some minors in there as well. So
wait, what was the serious mistake?
Getting too close to those cars on your right. Okay, it was just too close. You're gonna risk yourself just shaving the side of that car. You probably had this much space, which was really little, okay? And then when we parked, I opened my door and I kind of did this to show you. The gap at the front was a little bit big, okay? But again, a minor, it was a little bit big, the back was good, but it was make it smaller, okay? So your car was at slight angle. And then also, when you finished the maneuver, was your wheel straight? We want to ideally finish with a straight wheel. Any cars coming up or down the road, what they're going to assume that you're doing? Yeah, so we want our tyres to be in a straight line. So there's too many faults there, yeah. So I just made it into a serious mistake for all of them, basically. Okay, cool. So we'll practice that maneuver so we got a better feeling for that one. Okay, and you got 13 minors. Just quickly whiz through those. The vehicle checks were good. I was happy with those. The starting question and the one on the move. So well done for that. Control over your gears. We came up to this roundabout and the car was struggling. Do you remember this second round? We did 3 main big roundabouts. One was a left turn at the traffic lights, and then the second one we were going straight ahead, second exit, where you braked hard again. Yeah, so we're also giving you a minor there for use of your brakes, because you're braking hard without checking what's happening behind us. But you did know what was happening behind, because you just checked your mirrors a few moments ago, so I didn't put it down for mirrors. It was mainly just braking too hard, okay? And then when we came up to there, when we entered the roundabout, there was some traffic in front of you, and you got a bit confused. You slowed it down, and then you left it in second, and the car's juddering. It's about to stall, but you managed to recover just about. But at that point, it might just be safer just to go into first gear, rather than trying to stay in second. Okay, so just keep on top of your gears. Moving off safely. Once you're moving away, I can't remember exactly where, but I remember that you're doing this. When you're moving away, you're not checking your right blind spot properly. You're just doing this and just moving your neck. That doesn't really give us a full view of what's happening there. You need to try and move your body into that area. Okay, so lean forward a little, look over your shoulder. Okay, you look around the pillar as much as possible. Moving off of control, so that situation on the hill. What happened there, first of all?
I don't know what was going on. I don't know. What do you know what happened?
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you had the hold on. Okay, so it's a temporary brake,
yeah.
Instead of the handbrake, which Mercedes have. You had that on, so you turned it off, and now
And
you're
then we just rolled back, basically. Right? We just rolled back.
no. So you had the biting point ready,
Yeah.
and we're on a hill now. The car needs some power to get up it.
Mm-hmm.
Each time you came off the foot brake, you're trying to bring your clutch to move, but it's got no power to eat off to get up the hill. So it's just struggling, it's trying to move, but it can't. But had you given a little bit of gas and then brought
I
your
did in
clutch
the
in,
end because I put the handbrake on.
well, yeah, then that happened. First of all, you tried to move off, we stalled. Tried it again, we stalled. And then you thought the handbrake was on, or the foot brake. But
No,
it
I
didn't
turned the
say,
handbrake on.
correct. So first it didn't say hold, there was no handbrake on. And then you turned the handbrake on and then tried to move off again
With gas.
with the handbrake on. So how do you know if the handbrake's on, by the way?
This thing.
Correct. Okay. Now we tried to move off while that was on at one point. Do you remember this?
I think I was just trying to get. I don't know.
You turned it on. Okay. So you turned it on. You tried to move off, and it didn't work again. And then you finally turned it off, and then you used gas, and then you finally got moving. But there was about three
No, but
times.
I turned it on so that I could use gas. I don't know why I thought.
In this car, remember, we've done
I'm
hill
just
starts.
confused.
All you need is your biting point to be ready. That's going to stop you from rolling backwards, and then give it a little bit of gas. Bring your clutch to move a pound thickness up from biting point. Hold it there until the car builds some momentum, gets to its minimum speed, and then slowly bring the clutch all the way up. Yeah, okay. The only thing was that you wasn't using enough gas. The biting point was perfect, and then you're trying to move the car, and the car's got nothing to eat off. Okay, so that's what the fault was. And then moving off of control, we were at a junction where we're turning left. There's a big van coming up on your left. The gap's quite small. Ideally, you want to go for that nice and slowly, and you're moving off too quick there. Yeah, okay. I feel like it was that you didn't do it intentionally, but you bring your clutch up too quick, which makes the car speed up. So again, that's another minor there. Use some mirrors before change of speed. When you're slowing down or when you're braking hard, you're not checking your mirrors. And also, actually, I think this one I marked down for when you're coming off roundabouts or when you're coming out of a junction, you're turning left onto a road, you're not checking your mirrors before building your speed. So each time you come into a new road, remember, we're supposed to check our mirrors. Okay? And another advisory for you as well, when you're also changing gears, you should be checking your mirrors. Now and again you are, now and again you're not. Whenever you're adjusting your speed, we just check to see what's happening behind us. Okay? Undue hesitation. When we came up to those traffic lights to turn left, there was an oncoming car, which was waiting to turn right for them. For them is a right turn, for us it's a left turn. You hesitated a little bit, and then you said sorry to her, and then you carried on going. But that's enough to confuse someone, and she could end up pulling out in front of you, because you could assume that you're trying to give way. Okay, so that was just a minor there. Turning right just here, when we turned into this road here, we've started to turn a little bit early. Now it looked like to me you was about to cut the corner, and I feel like you kind of realised you was about to cut the corner, and you corrected it by just coming back to your left a little and then turning in. But you're already driving on the wrong side of the road. So stay on your side of the road till you get to your point of turn, and then make the turn in. Okay? Meeting situations. This almost failed you right at the start. I'm going to put a nice little star here for you to remember. Right at the start, we turned left, and straight away we got parked cars on both sides, and there's a big bus coming towards us.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I think so.
Now I can see, I don't know if you could see or not, but there was no space there in between the bus and us. And then you've kind of entered the parked vehicles, and then all of a sudden just stopped, and now you've left the gap for the bus to get through a very small gap. It would have been easier and wiser just to kind of hold back over to your left before those parked cars, let the bus through with a nice big gap, and that way you can go through quicker and then carry on afterwards. Yeah, and you had, even if you wanted to stop in between the cars, I feel like you still had enough space on the left to move over. You're leaving a very small gap for that bus. So whenever you're trying to give way to big vehicles, make sure you've left enough space. Yeah? Do you understand all these mistakes? Yeah.
There's a lot of them, so.
Yeah.
But I understand everything you're saying, yeah.
Yes, okay, and the whole purpose of this is just to highlight all the mistakes, things that keep coming up again and again. So when we do another mock test next lesson, we're going to do at least 2 before you go in for your test. So the next lesson is also going to be a mock test. We want to make sure they're not the same faults. If they are the same faults, this obviously tells you that you need to work on this the most. Okay, I am a little bit stricter with the minors, but this is just to push us up a high level. Okay, but the serious mistakes, they would have applied in your road test. Do you understand that? Good.